What's going on, Code Squad? Today we're going to learn how to utilize the tab bar navigation, which includes the tab bar icons and the tab bar label. The tab bar navigation is pretty cool because it allows us to switch between screens in a cool way, just by pressing the tab at the bottom. Let's get it. Alright, Code Squad, ain't nothing to it but to do it, so let's get it, baby. So the first thing we want to do is to hop into our screens folder, and let's create a new file. And let's call it custom tab navigator screen.js, and I'm gonna just copy that so I won't misspell it. Now we're going to import React from React, import so my Visual Studio Code just updated, and now if we don't use it, then it's showing up in gray. So it's just stating that it's declared, but the value is never read. So it'll change once we use it. Create bottom tab navigator from React navigation, and import icon from React native vector icons / we're going to go into the ion icons, and we're also going to import a few screens. So the order stack screen from order stack screen. I'm going to import message stack screen from message stack screen. We're going to import profile stack screen from profile stack screen. Alright, so let's create our custom tab bar. So it's going to be, let's call it custom tab bar equals create bottom tab navigator, and I'm going to say profile stack screen, and it's going to have a key of screen, and it's going to be this profile stack screen right here. And we're going to say navigation options. We're going to have a header null, tab bar label is going to be called profile, and a tab bar icon, it's going to have a tint color, and it's going to say, it's going to have the icon in there, name equals md-contact. It's going to have a size equal to a constant that we're going to call icon size, and it's going to have a color equal to the tint color. So let's create this constant icon size, and we're going to say 30 pixels. So our icon size should be 30 pixels. And let's see. We have to close out that tag. Missing trailing comma, semicolon. Nope, what is it? Missing semicolon, yep, all right. So now we want to say is tab bar position. Actually, I don't think we need that because we said create bottom. So let's go to animation enabled. Let's say false. Let's say swipe enabled. Let's say false. Let's say lazy. Set that to true. And what that does is it loads each screen when it's tapped on instead of just loading it all at once. Tab bar options. Going to say active tint color, and we want to say black. So whenever the tab bar icon is selected, it's going to have a color of the tint color, and we're defining the tint color to be black. And when it's inactive, you can give it an inactive tint color of whatever color you prefer. I'm actually okay with the default tint color. I believe it's kind of like a light gray, so we're just going to leave it as the default. So we have to say show icon. We want to say true. Not a string, it's a boolean. And show label true. Let's say active background color. Let's say RGBA 215, 215, 215, 0.1. Let's say the same thing for the inactive background color. And let's say label style. So the label style is going to affect our label, which is right here. It's going to give properties to the word profile. So font size of 10. So it's going to make the word profile have a font size of 10. And now let's do style. And let's say background color. And let's say the same thing that we defined the background color to be here. All right, so let's see. Alrighty, fix the alignment, and let's see what it's saying here. We have to export default, our custom tab bar. We have to we still have to define our profile stack screen. We haven't done that yet. So let's do that right now. Let's say new file, profile stack screen .js. All right. Now we're going to say import create stack navigator. That should actually be brackets and not a parentheses. So let's fix that. And we're going to say from React navigation. And now we have to import the screens that we're going to use. So we're going to add a profile screen. And we're going to jump into containers. And we're going to grab it from our profile. So this actually is not created yet. So we still have to create it. So it's going to be in our containers. And let's actually create it down here. So let's CD into our source, and then go into containers. And then we want to make directory, and we're going to call it profile. And we want to CD into that directory. And now we want to create all of our index files. So if you tap up, the up arrow on your keyboard, you can actually go back to all of the previous commands that you've run. So we're just going to do that and change the login to profile.js, and it should appear right here. And there they are. All right, so now, of course, we want to jump into our profile index, import profile from profile, and then we want to export default the profile. And let's finish building out our profile stack screen. So we're going to say constant profile stack equals create stack navigator. I'm going to say profile screen profile navigation options. And we're going to say header null. And let's remember this because we already have a navigation bar that we're going to utilize. We have our own custom one. And we have to export default the profile stack. And one last thing that we have to do before that we can show this is define what's going to be viewed in our profile screen. So let's jump into the profile.js and let's build it out. So we're going to say import React component from React. We're going to say import, let's give it a view in the text for now, from React native. And now we're going to say class profile extends component. And also let's go ahead and render. Let's go ahead and export default this so it won't be gray. Export default profile. So now this back in color. Let's say render return. And let's give it a view. and it's going to have a style equals to styles dot main container view. And our profile is going to have functions later, but let's just create a fake function just to get the red lines going. So we're going to create a fat arrow function just for now. So we have styles right here, but we don't have it imported, so we have to import styles from styles. And also we're going to have a text that says, let's just call it profile for now. Missing semicolon. Is that correct? All right, so now let's jump into our styles. And let's say import dimensions. Let's say import style sheet and dimensions from React Native. I didn't spell from correctly. From. And I don't need a comma there. And we're going to import colors from our config global colors, and we're going to have constant width height, which is the full screen width and the full screen height, equals dimensions dot get window. And now we're going to say constant styles equals, I bumped that, I gotta go back, I messed that up. All right, constant styles equals style sheet, not style media, style sheet dot create and we're going to say main container view, and that's going to have a width of the total screen width and the height of the total screen height. And also we have to export default the styles. And let's give a style to this as well. Style equals styles dot, let's just say main text. And let's say main text. Let's just say font size. Let's give it 20 pixels and a color of black. And a font weight of bold. And that should be Gucci. And let's give this main container view a background color. Oh man, I don't like it when it doesn't come up automatically because I always feel like I spelled something wrong. All right, colors dot light gray background color. That's in our custom defined configs. And that should be Gucci. Save that. And what we have to do is grab our custom tab bar and put it into our app.js. So we want to say Import custom tab bar from source screens, custom tab navigator screen. And we just drop that bad boy right there. Command R for command rerun. And we have our first error. So let's see. Order stack screen could not be found. It says from custom tab navigator screen.js. So let's jump into there. And it says these two cannot be found, and that's because we haven't defined them yet. So let's just comment them out. Command R for command rerun. And let's just put that in the center for now. Justify content. Center. This is all going to be changed later, so it doesn't really matter, but we'll just add it right now to make it look a little bit semi-decent. So we're getting the same error that we had last time with the is mounted deprecation. It says it encountered it 5 times. Memory leak, so I'm not too sure exactly what to do besides, I think in the previous episode we saw that we could just turn off the warning. That might be our best option for now, but I'm gonna just leave it alone. But as you can see, so we have the profile stack screen shown now, and we have our tab bar icon tint color of black, and that's shown right there. And we have our icon called MD contact. So just for a real quick reference, for our icon, we just went to something like React Native vector icons, brought that up. We went to the GitHub one, and remember that we're using Ion icons, so we jumped down to Ion icons right here, and we use the name called MD contact. So if we just search contact, it's one of these, it's MD contact, so we use this one. So there's a whole variety of different icons that you can utilize, so make sure that you check out that and utilize your resources. Now what we want to do is to do the same thing for our order stack screen and message stack screen. So let's do one at a time. Order stack screen, we have to say, let's see where it cancels out at. So okay, this cancels out this one, so this is where we want to put it at. Order stack screen, we want to say order stack screen. No, I'm tripping again. We want to say screen, then we say order stack screen, colon, Did I do that wrong again? Man. All right, so that should be a comma, navigation options, and then want to say header, null. Man, this box is really annoying me. It keeps on popping up. Tab bar label. This time we want to say orders. Tab bar icon. And we want to say basically the same thing as this. So just want to say parentheses, brackets, tab bar icon. I'm tripping again, man. And here, I'm gonna make this easier on myself. I'm gonna just copy this because apparently I cannot type right now. So we're just gonna copy and paste that. And we just have to change the MD contact to order stack screen right there. Change that to iOS list box. And it still has the same icon size and the same tint color, so we're good there. We're just gonna comma, 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 and we're in there. So now let's create this order stack screen. We should put it in our screens. New file, order stack screen .js. And now we have to define it. So let's say import create stack. Here, let's do this. Everything should be the same. So profile stack screen, we have that. I heard it's not good to just copy and paste things over, but I don't know, it's just what I did. Just to move a little bit faster, so you won't sit around and just look at me type in the same things. So we're gonna say this order stack screen is actually gonna be an order tab bar for us later, but we're just gonna create just a basic screen for right now. So we'll just say let's say order screen. That's gonna, like I said, we're gonna change that later. So this should be order right there, right there. And then that back over, order screen is not created yet. And order screen is saying it's already defined. This should be order stack screen. I guess this is why we should not just copy and paste over, but actually type it out, so we won't have so many mistakes like this. All right, so I guess the next one we create the message screen, we'll type it all out so we won't have any mistakes. All right, so order stack screen. So that means we have to go into containers and create this. So containers, let's just Command J that. Let's CD into source, containers. What else? We want to stay right there, make directory. We called it order stack screen, order screen. Want to CD into that. And now we want to do the touch. Want to say order screen. That should be right here. All right, we're in there. Index. Import order screen from order screen. Export default order screen. All right, now we want to now we just want to define our order screen. So we say jump into here, and that's actually the same as our profile. So I don't think we're doing too much change in here. This is the same, that's the same, that's the same. Only thing changes is we called this order screen, right? So order screen, that's the only thing that changes, and we'll just say something like orders. So that's good. However, we still have to change up add our styles. So it's going to be, everything here is going to be the same. So we just copy that bad boy over. And let's see if what we get. That warning still popped up, but we have profile, we have orders. It's gonna pop up every time we tap something. That's not good. But every time we can go left and right now. All right, so now we just have one more to create, and that's the messages. So let's go ahead and knock that bad boy out real quickly. All right, so let's clear out all of these. It's kind of congested. All right, so let's hop into custom tab navigator. And let's bring up message stack screen. So let's just, I know I said copy and paste isn't good, but it's a whole lot faster. So this message stack screen, boom, boom right there. We're gonna call this messages. And we actually want the tab name of iOS chat bubbles. The size is the same, the color is the same. And now we have to define our messages stack screen. So let's go into a new file, paste that .js. And it's gonna look really similar to our profile stack screen. So we said we weren't gonna copy and paste this one, so let's keep our word. Create stack navigator from React navigation. Let's say import messages. Let's just say message from containers message. We're going to say constant messages stack screen. What do we call it? We called it message stack screen. Boom, boom, screen. No, hold on. So we have, I'm thinking of something else. Let's see, we have equals create stack navigator. We want to have message screen, message controller, navigation options, header, null, and that looks about good. Now we have to export default message stack screen. We also see that I didn't call this screen, but I called the screen here. You don't have to, but just to keep everything consistent, we just do that. But we also have to create this message, and we have it under containers. So the message controller. So we just jump into containers. We can do that right here. We can do cd source containers. We can say make directory. I'm gonna say message. What do we say? We said message, and then we're going to say cd into the message. And now we're going to say the touch message. Let's jump into the index and let's say import message from message. I want to say export default message. And now, let's see, we have to create that message screen. So it's going to look like our profile screen, except that this is going to say message, this is going to say message, and this is going to say message. Let's see what that looks like. So we have another error, and it says just the import statement of the screen is incorrect, and it's saying that it's the message component. So let's jump into the message stack screen. We have message right here, and everything looks fine to me, I think. Okay, so I spelled screen incorrect. I spelled it with the M instead of an N. And let's see if that works. All right, we're in there, and we, as always, get the deprecation function. But we get profile, orders, message. So as you can see, we forgot to add the styles to the messages screen. So let's jump into messages, styles. Should be the same as profile styles. And then copy that, command paste that, save that, and everything should be the same now. So you can go from profile, orders, and messages. All right, Code Squad. So if this warning is really getting to you, I know that we press it here, we have to dismiss it, and then press it again and dismiss it. Remember, what we can do is, as previously shown in the past video, we can just type in the warning that we're getting. So warning is mounted, is deprecated. And then look for all the hearts and smiley faces and thumbs ups. And KK412027247 states that we can just ignore the warning. Like I said previously, I'm not sure if this actually solves anything besides just ignoring it. However, she says that she wants us to jump into our main index.js and import yellow box, and then just run this command yellow box.ignore warnings, the is mounted is deprecated warning. So we can just paste that wherever you see fit. So let's command R, rerun this, and now the warning isn't popping up anymore. So profile, orders, messages,